Hello and welcome to Sports by Compion. My name, of course, is Stephen Compion, and I'm joined here for a very special episode of Combat Sports.
Combat Sports.
And we're bringing in our expert for this kind of stuff, friend of the show, brother of the show, patriot. Christopher Compion is here in the person. How are you over there, sir?
Excellent. Happy to be here.
Wow.
Talk about some violence.
And you look absolutely amazing today. Fucking beautiful background. The New Zealand shirt's looking amazing on you. What a day. What a special day.
That's right. I spent hours in the spa to achieve this look.
Wow.
Hours.
Wow. Right. And thousands of dollars up too, I imagine.
Oh, yeah. It's very expensive to be this beautiful.
I know, Christopher. Well, someone has to do it, because not everyone's quite cut out to be that beautiful all the time. So it makes sense that it takes a little bit of extra effort. Anyway, Chris, we got some fantastic UFC events to get to. Jake Paul knocked out a legit boxer, which we will also cover a little bit here. Let's hop into it, as they say in the industry of YouTube people saying, hey, hop into stuff. That's what we're doing now. So, your boy, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. Do you know how to pronounce his last name?
Ankalaev. Ankalaev versus Walker, too. Now, the first time they fought was in Abu Dhabi. It was a few months ago.
Oh, right. This is the one where Walker was like, I'm in the desert.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
he gets hit with an illegal knee. And the doctor asks him, where are you? And he's like, I'm in the desert. And he calls the fight. Anyway, obviously they had to run that back. And Ankalaev just totally dominated, dude.
Again,
he's serious.
Serious man,
very, very good stand-up, awesome wrestling. Was doing some nice leg kicks. Anyway, he knocks out Johnny Walker in round 2 and calls out Alex Pereira, the champion of 205. So he's calling for his title shot. And Glover, who's Alex's coach, responded on Twitter like, nice knockout. We'll see you soon.
Okay.
Yeah. So
it's a solid win over Mr. Walker, I imagine. With that beard, he's probably a bad motherfucker himself.
Yeah, Johnny Walker's good. He's a big lad. He's tough. I don't know. Guess he just had an off night, but yeah, Ankalaev's a beast. He's got 10 wins in the UFC now. Yeah, he's a dangerous lad for sure.
Sweet. So you think this title shot's well deserved then for the lightweight?
Well, it's either him or Jamal Hill. Now, Jamal Hill won the 205 belt and then never defended it. He was injured or something, but he's been out. He's been out for a while, and the division's moved on. But he basically, he's a top contender whenever he comes back.
Okay.
And really, that's a better fight for Pereira because Ankalaev's a lot for anybody to handle. I'm sure he'd rather fight Jamal Hill.
For sure. I mean, he's probably going to have to fight both of them if he wants to retain his title, right?
Yep, probably. It's champion stuff. Anyway, on to Jim Miller, dude. Our boy Jim Miller is back for his 43rd UFC fight. 43, dude.
Wild.
He's got 26 wins. This was his 20th submission.
Wow.
And yeah, dude, he was just looking great, like landing like some gnarly leg kicks on the upper thigh. Like what's the new sweetness the lads are into these days is calf kicks. Okay. Jim Miller's just like, nope, old school thigh kick for you, sir.
Nice. And he pulled this off in round 3. This was only going to go 3 rounds, huh? So he had to finish it with only a minute and a half
That's
left.
Tough when you get submitted in the 3rd round. When you get your ass kicked for 2. It's brutal.
Yeah, tough times for your boy over here, Gabriel.
Yeah.
Yeah, big win for our boy Jim Miller, just still doing the damn thing, huh?
Yep, he sure is.
He spent more
And
time working on submissions than his abs, I can tell, but that's fine. I wouldn't want to catch him in a dark alley, regardless.
yeah, he is calling out Matt Brown, Brock Lesnar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he in the weight class of those guys? This is heavyweight?
Well, I
This
mean,
is
Brock
lightweight.
Lesnar's obviously a joke, but he has
Yeah.
fought at 170 before. He actually fought Donald Cerrone at 170 and beat him.
Okay.
So,
that's where
yeah,
the immortal is, right? Mr. Matt Brown himself.
yeah, exactly, 170 up, and it's cool to see those like old school dudes fight.
For sure.
It makes a lot of sense.
That'd be a great fight for sure.
Yeah.
I was surprised they haven't fought yet. You know, as they're both
well, because Jim Miller's actually 155, but it's not
right,
all that much to do less of a weight cut and do 170.
Gotcha.
For a specific guy, as opposed to like hanging around at the weight class for any old guy that can cut that.
Right.
Anyway,
right.
Yeah. So Mario Batista, he put on a good performance. Ricky Simone was ranked 13, and Mario Batista, whooped his ass.
Okay.
So he's probably going to, take his ranking or something like that.
Yeah, it seems like he got many more strikes. So you think this one went to decision? You think it was all well deserved?
Yep.
Well deserved.
Decision.
I mean, obviously it was anonymous, so the judges all thought he definitely won that. Good times.
Yep.
Good times.
And then our boy Bruno Ferreira, he got a nice KO.
Okay. Over your boy Phil with some amazing hair over there.
Yep. Old Phil Haas got knocked out.
Scary, man. I mean, both of them do, to be fair. But big win for your boy Bruno, which is a cool name. Big fan.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out, you're saying?
Yeah.
Nice. So where is he? He's in the middleweight bout. Do you know about more or less his ranking, or?
They're kind of up and comers. Okay. I mean, that kind of performance will get you noticed. He might get a more known opponent next time. It's all good stuff. Moving up the rankings.
Good to hear. He looks like a young lad too. So. Yeah. And then the Dominican Republic gets a win, huh?
Arlovsky, dude, been around since 2000. Crazy.
Fucker. Yeah. Arlovsky, the famously knocked out Brendan Schaub.
Yeah.
At least to me.
But good Arlovsky. Anyway,
this one went the distance
had a
as
rough
well,
night. Huh? He lost by decision.
Yeah. So it seems like he got a couple more strikes, but I imagine he had a lot more takedowns. Didn't have more takedowns. So I'm actually curious how they rated this one anonymous with Arlovsky sort of getting more hits in there. But I'm sure the judges know what they're doing with this one. What's this gentleman's name? Waldo.
Yeah, he's from the Dominican Republic. He used to be a baseball player. He's not that well known.
Doesn't seem like it. I mean, but it's interesting that he gets a good win at heavyweight.
It is a nice one to have on your resume.
Absolutely. Any win over Mr. Arlovsky is definitely a huge win. I can't believe Arlovsky's still doing it. The dude's got to be closing on 40, right?
Oh, dude, he's closing on 45.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jeez. I mean, I guess good for him. It's good for him that he's managed to stick around the UFC this long.
Yeah. Yeah, not just the UFC, but he went around and did other promotions too.
Wow. Impressive. Good for him having himself a nice little win there. You got anything to say about these prelims?
Let's move on to some upcoming events. We got a lot of fun stuff.
Let's do that.
We got we can go into Strickland versus Dricus du Plessis.
There we go. Yeah. The classic. Dude, people are hating on this Sean Strickland dude. They don't like him.
Well, he's a controversial figure. He says a lot of wild stuff.
Makes sense. Is Mr. the Police, is he a little bit more quiet, or?
Dricus du Plessis? Well, I mean, he's he's got 6 victories in the UFC now. He's kind of like just getting noticed recently. He's been having some real good performances. So but you know, he's starting to talk a bit. Him and Sean were, you know, obviously doing a good job selling the fight.
Sweet.
Drakus was saying some crazy shit about how like Sean's traumatized by his father or whatever weirdness, and Sean's like, dude, if you say that again, I'll stab you at the press conference or the weigh-ins or some wildness. It's like, you know, it's like guys can't just fight over a belt anymore. They got to make like some side drama to go with it.
Well, you know, ever since Connor, they realized, okay, there's a lot more money if I open my mouth, so I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, I guess it. People are all like, "Oh, they don't even like each other. I'd better go watch this fight."
No way! They're gonna be punching each other, and they don't
Right,
like
and
each
they're
other
mad at
too.
each other. They're
No
really
way!
gonna try to hurt each other now. Before they were just for pretensies.
Before they were friends, but
Yeah.
now it's serious. That's funny. So yeah, it should be a really good matchup here that is coming up for UFC 97. You said
297. Yep, that's good
okay.
stuff.
All right. When is that one coming in? It's January 20th. So that's coming up by this weekend, which is actually the day we'll
Yeah.
be releasing this video. So that's kind of perfect.
Yep. That's this weekend. And let's see, we got my girl Raquel Pennington coming back for some more. She's always cool. She's a lot of
Raquel,
fun.
I do believe I've seen her around, 15-9, well experienced lady going against Mrs. Silva, who doesn't like to
Maria
lose
Buena
too much.
Silva. Yeah, she's pretty good. I don't really know her that well, but I've heard of her. I think she's pretty decent.
Must be 10-2 and 1. You know, it seems like she gets the job done pretty often.
Yep. And then our boy Neil Magny is back. He's another one that's been around forever. He was
Mr. Neil.
on, I don't know, like season like 6 or 7 of The Ultimate Fighter. It's crazy.
Oh wow, that is a long time.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it's wild. And Mike Malott, we got a nice Canadian lad. He's apparently pretty talented.
Okay. Yeah, only one loss on his record so far. I mean, obviously Neil has a boatload more fights than him, so will be a big win for Mike to be able to get a win over a veteran like this. It says his country is the U.S., but you're saying he's Canadian?
Mike Malott's Canadian.
Okay. All right. Well, he's claiming the U.S., but either way, good for him going into a big matchup here against Neil. Who you got for that one?
I mean, it's welterweight. Neil is ranked. Who knows? But I'll pick Mike Malott.
Sweet. How about the Sean fight? Who are you picking for that one?
Yeah, that's tough. I think Strickland's pretty motivated to keep his title. I'm gonna go DDP though.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
I'm
fair enough.
calling a new champion coming through.
All right. How Sean hasn't had that belt for too long, has he?
No, this is his first defense. What's interesting is 185. It's been all a whole lot of Israel Adesanya. Like last time there was a title fight without Israel Adesanya, it was GSP versus Michael Bisping, which
Oh
was
wow.
ages ago, and
Yeah.
they both kind of came out of retirement for that.
Okay.
And GSP choked out Michael Bisping because he's GSP and he's awesome.
Love it.
Yep.
Well,
But
should
yeah,
be
dude, Izzy's been up in that division a long time now. But you know, no one can defend the wall forever.
we'll see what happens. How about this one? A fellow Chris going against Mark.
Yeah, Chris Curtis. He's a good wrestler. I don't know much about the other guy, but I guess we'll find out.
Dude, Chris got 40 fights on his resume, so he's definitely the veteran for this one. I guess we'll see what happens in this one. Are you planning to watch that event?
uh, I'll see possibly.
It's very possible. Fair enough. Well, we'll keep
Yeah.
it in mind. Should be a very good fight. You think this would be kind of wrestling since Chris is a wrestler? He's probably going to try to keep this on the ground, huh?
Yeah, probably. Like I said, I don't know much about the other guy, but being Canadian, I bet he's like a kickboxer or something.
Fair enough.
Mostly the real wrestlers come out of the States. The States has a pretty strong wrestling culture in school.
Sure is, man. Let me tell you, as somebody trying to pry away some of those athletes to come play some rugby, it is tough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, moving on to the final of the big main card here, we got Arnold Allen.
Arnold Allen, he's good, dude. He's an up and comer, and it looks like we got a Russian without a beard, so the poor bastard's fucked.
Oh yeah, no, he has no chance.
Yeah, no, only the Dagestanis are over here dominating. Regular Russians can be beat by anybody.
Just a regular Russian with no beard. This kid has no chance. Although he is 17-0, so I imagine this is one of his first fights in the UFC. Probably a couple. I imagine a lot of those wins were in other.
Yeah. He's been over there fighting his neighbor. Probably. Who knows?
Probably fighting bears. I mean, he's Russian, so you know that first win always is a bear. Yeah. But I think the way it works is if you're going to represent Russia, you got to be able to beat a bear. And if you don't, then you just pretty much die in that first fight. But if not, you go 1-0.
If you don't get past the bear, you don't get to be a pro fighter. That's like your last amateur fight over there.
Right.
They take you out to the farm and they're like, "All right, bro, you ready for this?
Good luck."
Yeah, and then they give the bear steroids.
They get the bear steroids? That doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you get them too. Everyone gets them.
Okay. It's Russia. Of course they all get steroids. What am I thinking?
Steroids for everybody.
Good times.
Anyway.
Let's kind of skip these prelims. Do you want to shoot over to
Let's move on. You want to talk about my man Michael Venom Page coming over to the UFC? That's interesting.
Michael Venom Page. This one?
He's like he's been around forever in Bellator and a lot of other organizations. He's got a kickboxing fight, a couple pro boxing fights. MMA, he's 21-2. He even fought Mike Perry bare knuckle.
Oh wow.
Yeah, of course he couldn't beat Mike Perry because Mike Perry is unbreakable.
Right. We talked about this on the last episode. He appears to be a guy who likes to get punched in the face and keep coming.
Right.
Very tough.
Yeah. Anyway, so the thing about Michael Venom Page is he's been training since he was like 3. He's one of these kids of a martial artist who owns a studio.
Okay.
What's his name? Sage Northcutt was one of those kids.
Okay.
They turn up every once in a while and they're like, I've been doing this since I was a kid. Oh man, there was another one. Justin Lawrence. He came through one of the Ultimate Fighters, just wrecking motherfuckers. Anyway.
So which event is that though? Is that a fight night? Is that 98?
It's gonna be UFC 299. He's fighting Kevin Holland, and we love Kevin Holland. He's a lot of fun.
Michael Page, here we are.
Yeah.
We have seen Kevin Holland in here before, a well-established vet. And Michael Page only 21-2.
That should be interesting because Kevin Holland is a great striker, incredible reach. Michael Venom Page also super long. He's like 6'3".
Yeah, they're both 6'3".
Yeah, so it should be like a fucking sniper fight. It's crazy. Michael Venom Page has insane accuracy, dude, and a lot of power. A lot of his fights, just a single punch, bang, and the dude's down, had enough.
Ouch.
Yeah. He dislocated some dude's jaw, and this one fight, he was fighting this Brazilian named Cyborg, and Cyborg went in for a takedown, and he threw this knee almost effortlessly, dude. freaking cracked his skull. It was crazy.
Oh shit! Is the dude
Yeah,
okay?
like obviously the dude went down. That was the end of the fight. It was really nuts.
Oh
But
wow.
yeah, dude, like they showed X-rays after they were putting the guy's skull back together. It was
Oof.
insane.
I imagine it's going to be a minute before he could fight again. Poor bastard.
Oh no, he was done. That was the end of his career.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. You crack your skull. That's that, huh?
Yeah.
Ouch.
But yeah, dude, insane accuracy, real nice highlight reel. But also he's been like he's got a lot of fights. With only 2 losses, 13 KOs. But what I'm saying is he definitely has been fighting lower competition.
Okay, so this is his first UFC fight, right?
Yeah, exactly. This is his UFC debut, and he of course every fighter wants to get to the UFC. So like a lot of other promotions were like trying to talk to him, but he was like, dude, you're gonna have to come with some crazy money to
Prime me away.
yeah, exactly. So he's finally here, and like I said, he's great and all, nice KO artist, but the knock on him's always been, well, like who he's been fighting his cousin and then
Okay.
but
Well, he's gonna
it's
get
all
a
good.
proper
Here he
test here
is,
with
and
Kevin.
he's got some stiff competition in front of him. Kevin Holland is definitely dangerous.
Well established vet, so it should be a really good fight. Um, also,
Yeah, it
it's
should be
awesome that
nice.
it's awesome that guy's name is Venom, his middle name.
Well, that's his like nickname.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of times it is referred to as MVP.
Okay.
Oh, but dude, Sean O'Malley, Cheeto Vera, that's gonna be great. So
Yeah.
now that Sean's champion, the reason he's fighting Cheeto is the only fight he lost was to this guy, was to Cheeto Vera. He
Okay.
he hit him with a leg kick, and like there's this nerve in your leg. I forget what it's called, but like if it can get whacked and just your whole leg goes dead. It goes numb.
Oh shit. So that's what
Yeah,
happened to
so he
Sean.
cracks him with this leg kick, and Sean pretty much just like falls over like a tree. And he just jumped on him and finished him. And what's funny is Sean still goes around saying he's undefeated. Like he pretends like that fight didn't happen. It's hilarious.
I do love Sean's hair. The dude always mixes it
Oh
up, so
yeah, dude.
it's interesting.
He's a fun guy. He's definitely having a good time. He's enjoying being a fighter, enjoying being talented.
Good for him, man. Plenty of
And
tattoos
yeah,
on the lad
it's
too.
easy to hate on him if you want, because he's out there with the face
Sure.
tats and the hair, and he he's very good at like marketing himself and finding ways to get paid as a fighter. He's got his own podcast where he talks about a lot of pretty personal stuff. Like him and his coach will talk about like making out with chicks in high school and whacking off and like partying in clubs.
Sounds
Yeah,
like an interesting pod.
yeah,
It's a good
yeah.
listen.
It's pretty cool. The Timbo Sugar Show is what it's called if you're interested.
Timbo Sugar Show.
Anyway, yeah, so Sean O'Malley defending his belt for the first time, the one he just took off Aljo. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, tough fight for him on the first one. We'll see what happens. Against
Yeah.
Mr. Cheeto himself. Oh, our boy Dustin's back. Good time.
Oh yeah, dude. I wanted to talk about this. This guy, Benoit Saint Denis, he's not that well known. He's a French fighter, obviously. He's only got 3 fights in the UFC, but dude, this guy is he's active French Special Forces.
Oh shoot.
And
Active.
And dude, this guy fights you like he just woke up in like the engine room of a tanker ship and like managed to slip out of like the bonds, and he's now attacking the one inept guard left to guard him. and he's trying to kill this guy as fast as he can so he can go rescue his family that's in other parts of the ship. That's the way this dude fights. He just comes at motherfuckers and just puts pressure on him. Out of the 3 fights, he TKO'd one guy and rear naked choked the other 2 because he just mauls them until they turn away and they're like, stop all the pain, and then they get choked.
Stop! I don't want any more of this.
Yeah, so that's why he's fighting Dustin Poirier, because Dustin Poirier, he's obviously, he's a living legend of the sport. He's definitely a future Hall of Famer. Like, he's fought for the title a bunch of times, and now he's just like over it, and he's just like, I want to fight interesting fights. That's why he fought Justin Gaethje.
Okay.
Because, he's at the point in his career where, he probably doesn't even need to fight. He's got his own, like, hot sauce. He's got schools in Louisiana. Like,
nice.
There's no way he's fighting just for the paycheck. I think he's doing legacy at this point.
Good for him. Good for him. He is coming off of a loss. Was that against Gaethje?
That's Justin Gaethje, though. That's like, okay. All right, you lost to Justin Gaethje. It happens.
It's understandable for sure.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely a big fight for both these guys. For Mr. Saint Denis. Saint Denis. He's gonna have to. He wants to get a big win on his record, get into the conversation, and no better way to do it to take on.
He'll be right into the title shot if he takes out Poirier.
Yeah, no doubt. 13-1, already three big wins. Dana White loves to see TKOs and
finishes. And dudes that fight with urgency, not just like, oh, what are you gonna do? He's like, I don't care what you're gonna do. Check out what I'm doing.
Right. Sounds pretty scary. Before we move on, I do have our non-sponsor sponsor of the day, which is Zyn. Now, if you're like myself, trying to maybe get away from the vapes and the wickedness that is the vapes,
not the wickedness.
Zyn may or may not be the choice for you. As you can see, I'm still hooked on both, but we were trying to move over to just Zyn. Either way, it is nice little nicotine pouches you can pop right into your upper lip, as I have right now. And gets you a nice little nicotine drip and maybe your solution to get away from it, because it doesn't have, evidently, not going to cause you cancer. I guess we'll see. But apparently it's just a bunch of nicotine in there. So check it out, guys. Zyn, not proud non-sponsor sponsor of Sports by Compian. Damn right.
That's right.
Moving on. We got a couple more fights here. Mr. Gilbert is going against Jack over here.
Oh yeah, Jack Dell'Maddalena. He's another dude that's been blowing up recently. He's been knocking out good guys.
Okay.
So yeah, he's a lot of fun. And Gilbert Burns is always dangerous. He's got crazy power. He's got great jiu-jitsu. So that's a really great fight.
Absolutely. It certainly looks like it's a great time for UFC. It seems like all these guys are just really talented and scary in general.
Oh, absolutely. Nowadays, these dudes all start so young, and they're not doing it they're not doing it after their shift at Walmart anymore. Like, this is what they do. They put in like 2 a days, 3 a days, Oof. And they have so much more going on, like with nutrition, and all of them are talking about like cold plunge, like the recovery, and
cold plunge is huge right now. Everybody's talking about that. JJ Watt is going on about it. On Pat McAfee, how he hops in there every morning. It's apparently the move.
Different ways of doing cardio. It's not just like dudes running on a treadmill for an hour anymore. Like, we're doing mountain sprints and like running trails and crazy shit.
Nice. Seems
swimming.
Seems downright interesting. It's gonna be it should be a heck of a fight.
The sport's evolving. Yep.
Sport is evolving quickly. Got anything to say about these other fights?
Let's move on to Jake Paul.
Let's check out what Jake Paul did. So he knocked out a legit boxer out here. Huh?
Yep. Jake Paul, he got tired of hearing everyone saying he just fought, washed up MMA guys and non-boxers. He was like, you know what? I'll fight a real boxer who has a better record than me. So he took on a guy that was 10-1. with 4 KOs. So he's definitely no slouch. He obviously is a good up and coming prospect. And Jake Paul's only 7-1 himself with 4 KOs. So it's not like he was taking on a guy with a better record, more experience and all.
Nice.
And
Might quiet down these haters a little bit, huh?
yeah. Well, also like a lot of what he does is like just for himself now. Like it's not like he needs anything out of the world. Like the world's paying attention to whatever he does, no matter what the hell it is. But now he's doing things for his own reasons. Like he really fell in love with the whole sport of boxing. And he was telling Aubrey Marcus, he was like in that like Hollywood lifestyle cycle of, it's a lot of excess and fun, I'm sure, but it eventually gets tiring, and he just wanted to do something more and more meaning, and so he kind of got into boxing for the hell of it, and then just really fell in love with the whole thing.
That's awesome. I mean, he got into it like his mid-20s or early 20s?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because he's still pretty young, isn't he?
Oh yeah. I think like late 20s or something.
Okay. Paul brothers are blowing up, man. I think Logan's over there in the WWE doing his thing too. So they're definitely.
To tell you the truth, I mean, I might want to do a little more choreographed throwing dudes around than like throwing hands with dudes when it's not choreographed. Sounds like an easier way to make money. But like I said, I don't think Jake's doing it for the money.
That's fair, and I mean it is a thing that Logan Paul is his current United States champion for WWE. One thing I'll say about that is, even though it is choreographed a little bit, man, those guys definitely get themselves fucked up pretty often.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely wild stuff. You got to be able to throw yourself around like a crazy person. Yeah, it's definitely not easy to do. I agree with that. But good for him for being champion.
Absolutely. The little quote here from Paul is set up my shot, and he went night. You can see
dude, yeah, like I said, it was like first round. There was 36 seconds left in the round. Like he was already looking pretty decent. Like he was looking nice and loose. Andre August was looking kind of stiff, a little like, I don't know. Even on the introduction, he seemed a little like shook by the bright lights, maybe. I don't know. And yeah, dude, Jake Paul looked pretty good, and then set him up with like body shots, and then landed this sweet uppercut that just put him down.
Nice.
Just one shot KO. That was it.
Big win for him.
And dude, he's got this big black and white robot, like this huge black and white robot that comes out and dances with him. It was pretty cool.
Jake Paul does?
Yeah, for his celebration.
Pure aesthetics, that guy. He definitely knows how to put on a show. Good for him.
Just total mayhem.
Showman. That's hilarious.
Yeah, well, I like the whole black and white thing. He was telling Aubrey it was all about like accepting his like light and darkness, which it's a little on the nose, but whatever, it works.
It works, man. Seems like he's pulling it off well. Yeah, I see he's got one black glove, one white glove. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and it's like all down, like one black shoe, one white. Like his trunks are black and white. His robot was all black and white. It's obviously he's got some brand colors.
Smart. Very
absolutely
cool.
Work it.
Love to see it, man. Well, Chris, we've talked about some good UFC fights, some fights that are coming up this weekend, which we'll be dropping the video for, and some future fights in February. We've talked about Jake Paul getting his big win over here. Do you have like anything else you'd like to say to these fine people at Sports by Compion? Anything else you'd like to cover?
Well, just like to wish everybody a happy new year. I'm sure 2024 is going to be super awesome for you. It's good stuff. And yeah, you should. Swiffer is a great product to use on your non-carpeted floors, like wooden floors. Swiffer is the thing for you. So
Absolutely. Another
yeah,
not proud non-sponsor sponsor of Sports by
that's
Compton
right.
for
That's
sure.
right.
Absolutely.
Swiffer.
So get yourself a Swiffer, do those floors, get them all nice and ready for the beautiful year that we're going to have here in 2024. Thank you to Chris for joining us here on Sports by Compian. Thank you to the fans for liking and subscribing to our content and continuing to support us. We really appreciate it. And you folks have yourselves just a phenomenal day.